Yeah. Okay, let me just turn the mic on. I might actually have a little bit of a problem because I didn't charge my mics properly. So I think it might run out mid of the how do I say this? Mid of the conversation or like the live. So sorry about that, guys. If ever na biglang makat off yung mic, so just tell me on the chat so I can just delete it altogether. But happy Friday. I got this cute little mug of my dog. Sobrang, I don't know. I really like it. And I've been loving tea lately. But I think it's also because it's super cold now. Here, I'm dying. Send help. Send help and sinigang. Ganon. But yeah, definitely will try to start a little bit, maybe in like 4 minutes. Just waiting till everyone gets in, because we do announce it as um like 7 p.m. your time, 12 noon here. So yeah, we wanted to make sure everybody gets on before we start with our main topic for this week, which is all about the Schengen visa. Because I get this question a lot since there are a lot of people that are strategizing that instead of sa consulate mag-apply, they are now thinking of applying directly here in Spain, because of like circumstances. So I wanted to make sure you guys are informed with how the Schengen visa process works, because I do always tell to people, especially on the consultation calls, that I will get into your level. Um, I will always assume that this is your first visa application so that walang miscommunication between us that, oh, you should have already known this is a known thing, so you could always ask questions. I'm all about that. Oh, we, as humans, we'd always be learning and improving. So I really wanted to give more information about the Schengen visa, especially now that Ate in Spain also offers it na as a service. And, like I said, always if magdi-DIY kayo or not, I want to be still giving you the proper information. Ayan. Hi din po. Good evening din po. Ayan. So, yeah, definitely hoping to get right into it in a few minutes. But yeah, ayun. I wanna show you guys this mug. It's so cute. Yeah. My partner got it for me as a early, I guess, birthday present. Oh, it's my dog. It looks exactly like my dog, which I really love. Um, and we've been exploring tea options here in Spain. As like a disclaimer, since this is a little bit out of topic pa, because we're still waiting for the others to get in, but I don't drink coffee, I don't drink matcha, ganyan. I like soft drinks and juices, but mostly juices. Ayun. So I didn't really try tea because I thought it's kind of like coffee, ganon. So only when I visited one of our friends, very good friend's house, he's Arab and their teas are really good. And I guess I was like, okay, maybe I'll find something like that. So we always like go sa Mercadona because it's really close by and they have like a shelf full of tea there. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try, these different things. And yeah, turns out I really like tea. And now I am buying mugs because we don't have much mugs in the house because my partner also doesn't drink coffee, but I guess now I'm a tea drinker, so now I bought mugs na. Ayan. Other than that, I think we could start. But basically, welcome everyone and happy Friday. Welcome to the live. Let me share it on my story just so everyone knows we're here already. But yeah, ayan, let's start with first and foremost, ano ba yung digital nomad visa. So the digital nomad visa is basically the visa for freelancers or remote employees that already have clients. So kailangan may client ka na. So ayan o, dapat employed ka na for the last 3 months with your client. Ito yung qualifications here. I tried to make it like pretty, ganyan sa Canva and stuff. But I think mas madaling maintindihan if nakaganta siya dito sa TikTok. But definitely, ayan. So, kailangan may client ka na. And dapat mamimit mo yung minimum income requirement. There are other qualifications like kailangan fully remote yung work mo, you have 3 years of work experience or a relevant degree dun sa job title mo. So, ito kasi tinitignan nila yung professional qualification mo. So, kung ikaw ba ay like qualified to do this job basically. And of course, yung clean criminal record. So yeah, other than that, definitely most of this stuff then meron siyang intricacies about documents and stuff like that. But yeah, you can definitely drop them down below or visit the DIY guide for free on the website. Nasa link in bio ko naman yan. Ayan. Let's start a little bit. First, there are documents that you need to present. But una sa lahat, saan mo ba ipe-present? Kung if you're a Filipino, saan mo siya ipe-present sa Pilipinas, yung documents na to. So, most of the embassies or the consulates na in the Philippines do not process it like hindi sila yung kukuha ng documents from you. It's mostly processed by either VFS or BLS. So these are third-party companies that processes or not processes but takes the documents from you, seals them and then ship them off to the consulate or in the embassy. Yon. So hindi po pala pwede mag-work po sa companies po sa Spain kapag po nomad ang visa. Yeah, you can't. So, only your dependents, your adult dependents can work here in Spain. But basically, yun kasi yung point ng visa like I explained. You are not competing with the job market here in Spain. So, and at the same time, you're still paying your taxes. So, parang win-win sa kanila. And as Filipinos, we only need 2 years of residency for us to be able to convert to citizenship. Ayun. Kailan po kaya possible after 2 years? Yeah, exactly. When you once you're a citizen, then you are freely to work or freelance pa din. Whatever, like your choice is. Wala namang problema 'yon. Other than that, the next part of like the Schengen visa, of course, as alam nyo na, saan magpapasa. So, BLS and VFS both has in Cebu and in Makati. So, hindi naman sila medyo mahirap like hanapin. But definitely I understand for some people that lives a little bit far from these major cities, that it might be a little bit hard to like travel to these places. So, you need to also be wary of that. Other than that, the next part, I guess, is about the documents themselves. So while I cannot give you the exact list of documents because iba po yung iba yung ano yung document list for each embassy or kung saan country ka mag-a-apply for the Schengen tourist visa. So iba yung listahan nila. But definitely main points na kailangan mo, I just did a video this today, is about like 4 or 5 na main categories, which is, of course, yung main documents sa application form, mga bureaucratic documents, application form, yung visa fee, mga ganyan, appointment mo, kailangan mo yun, of course, like printed na dalhin. But also, you also need your financial documents. So, you need yung pakita yung bank statement mo, invoices, saan mo kinukuha tong pera na to. So, that can be like COE or maybe it's in crypto or something like that. So, basically, kailangan mo ipakita saan galing yung pera. And then second is your proof of home ties, which is really important because you know already na maraming pupunta dito, magto-tourist daw, and then hindi babalik, ganon. So, to combat that, you kind of have to provide proof na ano ka, like, magto-tourist ka lang talaga doon and you have a lot to go back to. So, this can be at the form of maybe may mga properties ka, may cars ka, may significant financial or familial obligations ka sa Philippines. So, yun mostly yung proof of home ties. But of course, you can be creative with this, definitely. And the next part after ng proof of home ties is definitely yung, I'm sorry, yung proof that not only are you like financially um like stable, but kailangan mo ring i-prove na you have the financial capacity to travel, or meron kang parang yung intention mo to travel is real. So, this can be shown as your travel history. So, pwede mo pakita yung travel history mo. So, etong mga to, nilalaro to. So, basically, pag marami kang home ties, marami kang proof of home ties, pero hindi yung financial stability mo, hindi ano. So, you have to improve stuff around. So, there's not really like a perfect candidate. So, kahit yung sa checklist yan, ma-provide mo lahat. If they look at it of your documents and, okay, parang sketching documents mo or something like that, they can still reject you. So, wala ka talagang minsan basis about it. So, that's just the shakiness of applying for a Schengen visa, which, a lot of it can be intimidating. But my first Schengen visa, definitely I DIY'd it. So, yeah. So it's definitely doable na DIY. And there are a lot of groups as well. And our group that can definitely like answer your questions about it. Okay, I'm gonna answer some question. Mataas po ba ang cost of living? It is definitely higher than in the Philippines. Especially yung rent. Totoo po ba yung only need 2 years of legal residency to acquire citizenship as a Filipino? Yeah, so we have already like a lot of people that already did that, but not under the nomad visa, because the nomad visa just launched 2023. So technically speaking, magto 2 years pa lang yung mga tao, or kaka 2 years pa lang mag apply pa lang, ganun. So, pero marami ng mga Pilipino na nakagawa nito. Like, if you follow Everything is Bofo on YouTube, they outline this, yung timeline nila and all that. Mm. Ayun. Other than that, of course, you also have to make sure na, I'm sorry, but ayun, you also have to make sure na sa Schengen visa mo, wala kang ibibigay na documents sa kanila na original. Kasi, yung mga documents yan na isasubmit mo, hindi na yan ibabalik sa'yo. So, for example, kung yung deed of title mo and stuff, wag mo ibigay. Copy lang yung need nila. Kung kailangan lang nila ng proof nun. Clarify ko lang po, kahit 3 months pa lang employment, basta may university degree ka. Yes. When po kaya mag apply yung increase next year? Around the end of January, but it would definitely depend kung ano yung madedecide ng UHE. Kasi they be changing all the time. So, just to be ready, let's say January siya. Pero probably hindi 1st of January kasi everyone is, yung first week of January ay January 1, 2, 3, right? So, walang mangyayari doon na increase. But definitely, like last year, for example, it took effect at the end of December. Yan. Other than that, of course, you have to make sure then na with your Schengen visa application na lahat ng documents mo is consistent all throughout. So, kung ano yung sinasabi sa COE mo, dapat yun din yung nasa ITR mo, dapat yun din yung nasa invoices mo sa bank statements mo. It's best practice na a week before your appointment, dapat mo kunin yung mga bank statement mo para super fresh pa siya. And refrain na may malaking deposit na amount kasi makikita nila yun and ma-flag yun. Magiging red flag yun for them. Another red flag, since we're talking about it, is, for example, wala kang ITR. Not necessarily it's a red flag because I definitely applied a lot of clients na with the Schengen visa na wala silang ITR, but definitely look out for it to make sure na kumbaga very solid yung application mo when it comes to showing your financial stability. So if sinabi nila 6 months yung bank statement, at least show a little bit more than that. You have to have a little bit more money saved up, ganyan. May kakilala po kayo na 3 months pa lang ang work pero pinayagan na ng employer mag-relocate sa Spain. Not really 3 months. Parang 3 months siya nung nag-sign up sa akin, but it took us about maybe 5, 6 months na siya na employed kay employer before siya nakapag fly out sa Spain and na-approve. Pa-explain naman po yung €200 savings in case kapag yung salary requirement sa DND. So, ito is applicable lang siya sa Spain if you apply directly in Spain with the digital nomad visa. So basically how it goes is if kulang yung kita mo or yung income mo with the minimum income requirement, if it's less than €200, like for example, the minimum income requirement for a single applicant is 2,763. Let's say you're making 2,563. You have to make sure you have savings of €200 times 36. Why is it 36? Because they want to see na mako-cover mo yung 3 years na ibibigay nila sa'yo. So, however, this does not guarantee acceptance. So this is something that we've tried and other people tried to do before, but it's not a 100% success rate because we always forget na behind all this, OHES workers are still humans. So, some of them maybe hindi aware sa memo, hindi aware dito sa rules na to, but definitely we've had success naman with yung mga medyo kulang yung and tinapalan ng savings. So, wala namang problema with that. But don't forget na dito lang siya sa directly in Spain application allowed, and that kailangan less than €200 lang siya. May iba nagsabi €300, but that's really a little bit too much na masyado na siyang mababa. But yeah, you have to prove na may bank certificate ka showing that amount of savings na may €200 times 36 ka dapat. So that's about €6,600. Ayun, I hope that made sense for you guys. But yeah, definitely ayun, yung main part, I guess, of the Schengen visa itself. Ayun, other than that, another red flag that I want to mention yung mic. But definitely, ayun, kung wala ka nang babalikan, for example, sa proof of home ties, medyo sketchy yon. So, you have to really show good travel history. Kahit yung mga non-visa na places, and definitely, kailangan din na mapakita mo na financially stable ka talaga. Ilang years na po kayo under DNV? So, I've only been here for more than a year. So, a year and a little bit, yeah. Nawala pa yung audio. Yeah, because malalobat na yung isa din na but we're trying to like just get through it definitely. But ayun, I'm seeing a lot of that lately. Another thing na medyo red flag if hindi, ito yung lagi nilang sinasabing red flag, but with one of my clients, we were able to make it work. So, for example, yung sa biglaan na malaki yung pasok ng pera. So, we had to make it work in a sense of, um, tong, um, for example, nagbenta kayo ng lupa before kayo aalis dito, nagbenta ng bahay. We made sure na kompleto yung documents kung saan galing yung pera and it just didn't appear out of nowhere. So, that's how we did it. And it worked naman. Na-approve naman sila. Wala namang problema. Ate, magkano po yung monthly tax mo? So, I did a video about the taxes, definitely. But how you need to compute it is around, depende kasi sa bracket mo. Pero for me, bracket ko is around 21 to 22%. Tapos, mina-minus pa doon yung mga tax deductions like 1/3 of your rent, your internet, your phone plan, your subscriptions that you use for work, yung mga ganon. And then maybe if you buy your PC, may bawas din na percentage yun. Iba-iba lang yung percent na bawas. Interested po to be a digital nomad. May full-time work ako pero ibang industry. Yeah, all industries are very much welcome. I have a client na ang industry niya ay not safe for work, ganyan. For example, like NSFW na industry, ganyan. And they got accepted. So I think pretty much wala naman silang problema with that kung saang industry ka galing. You just have to make sure na relevant yung degree mo dun sa industry mo or you have already 3 years of work experience in this industry. May mga ganyan na po ba kataas agad na salary pag nag-switch? It really depends. It really depends. You know that you should like not you should know that. But in the 6, 7 years I've spent in freelancing, I've always had this idea na parang siyang corporate. But that's not true. It's unstable, but also may ano siya, may swerte factor. Like, pag naswertehan ka talaga na mabait yung client, mataas magbigay, maswertehan ka kahit I've seen because I apply for other people like for the digital nomad visa. I've seen a lot of industries already since we already had like about 60, 70 applications in our belt. So I've seen a lot of industries, even just general VAs that reach the minimum income requirement or more. If you really want to make it up yung sa digital nomad visa, then you need to upskill kasi kailangan mong ma-qualify, diba? So you cannot just wait around for luck to come your way. You have to really upskill and make sure na you can provide value dun sa client mo kung saan man yung area of expertise. Gaano po kahirap maghanap ng flat? I don't think it's that like mahirap, like never ka makahanap ng flat. But of course, you don't speak the language. It's a completely new country to you. They have their own systems here. So, definitely may mahirap siya. And it's just a matter of, for me anyways, it's just really a matter of either mag-invest ka na, okay, mahal talaga mag-Airbnb. It's like 40, 50 euros a day. So, what if invest ko na lang to and hire myself an agent? Then, bago ka pa dumating dito or pagkadating mo, pagka-approve mo, may makahanap ka agad ng bahay. Kasi if may agent ka, parang in less than a week, makakahanap na kayo. So, I think it definitely based on that. And then also, iba din kasi if depending kung saan ka naghahanap. If Madrid, Barcelona, mas mahirap yan kesa dun sa iba, diba? Web developer ka po. Yes po. Is 2K euros enough for Madrid, not center, or are there better places to live in Spain? Cannot really say there are better places to live in Spain. It really depends on your vibe. Maybe we'll do this as a topic next week, yung about sa cost.
na or sa housing here in Spain and different cities here in Spain. But definitely no one is better than the other. It just depends sa vibe mo. Because for example, for me, I've al- I've lived in the province for most of my life, and then I had a taste of the city life, and I really like that. I feel like fast paced, parang city that never sleeps type of situation. I like that. I like that hustle. I like the noise. I don't like yung too quiet ganyan. So I do not want to stay in, for example, yung mga places na medyo quiet like Extremadura or Oviedo ganyan. So I want to live in a city. But what works for me might not work for other people. Maybe ang gusto nyo, tahimik, ganon. So, and then of course, you have to value din yung cost. 2k euros enough for Madrid, not center. It depends kung ilang bedroom ba yung kukunin mo, ganon. Pwede po ba 2 clients to meet the minimum income requirement? Yeah, you're allowed multiple clients actually. I've had clients na na-approve 3, 4 yung clients nila. Did you had VA trainings before ka naging digital nomad? For VA executive assistant job sana balak ko po. No, I didn't have VA trainings, but I definitely took all the free trainings I could. I studied a lot in YouTube, yung pagko-coding and stuff like that. I had to listen to like a lot of Indian accents. So now I can fully understand them. So when I started working, as a web developer, um they always find like it's so cool that I can just communicate and understand people's accents pretty well. But I feel like you train your hearing for that talaga. But definitely, I don't know, like in my industry, in the tech industry, like Indian people or Pakistanis are one of the most like very good people I've known to work with. They're very fast. I feel like my pace with them like really works well. So yeah, I really like that. Ayun. Did you go to Spain first before deciding to move there? No. I was so like wala talagang background. But I've been to Europe before. So I really like it here, and of course my partner lives here. Not here in Spain. He lives in Germany, but I was like, if I can bridge a little bit of the gap for the long distance, kasi parang 5 years na kami na lipad siyang Philippines, tapos ako lilipad sa Germany, yung ganon. So, we're like, okay, maybe it's like the digital nomad visa is like a really blessing in disguise that we found. But yeah, definitely I tell people if you can, if you have the money to, and yeah, visit Spain first to see if it's for you. That's why I also tell people you can of course apply to the consulate kasi goods din yung 1 year. For me anyway, that it was like that. Let me just get the 1 year first and then see if I like living in Spain, and then tsaka ako magre-renew for the 3 year. So it took me like 6, 7 months before ako nag-renew. So I had to re-get some of the documents. How did you decide which city to move into? Well, it was kind of hard to like pick a different city because my sister-in-law lives here in Spain. So I was like, okay, she lives here in Barcelona, so wanna be close to her, especially because she just had her baby, so wanted to help out and stuff. May mga clients po kayo na walang ITR but via consulate? No po. So I don't because I will tell you straight up in the free consultation calls that your chances are very low, and I cannot really take your case because I only take a limited amount of clients, and I have the refund policy. So I'm like, if like I cannot like do all of this effort, and it would really depress me. Kahit yung mga in admission for processing, yung mga nakakuha na sila ng 1 year na client ko, tapos pagkarating dito, hindi namin ma-convert to 3 years, it gets me really down. Like, it gets me really down mentally. And I told you, this for me is a passion project. I'm really passionate about doing it. So I don't wanna lose that with it. So ayun, that's why I don't accept clients if may alam ko na mababa yung chances nila na ma-approve. Because so far, since July, wala pa ako narinig na na-approve sa consulate without ITR. necessary po ba yung BIR documents in applying for DMV or not? No. It's very necessary. It's necessary, and not just necessary, but just to let you in a little bit, behind the curtain. I've had one, well, he's my client now, but we've been friends because I started this by just sharing this, right? I didn't really like think it's gonna be ate in Spain, like this business and all that. But they applied in the consulate. They followed yung free DIY guide and stuff like that. So they did it DIY, and they got asked for ITR, and he has only been working in his industry, or in his client, for 7 months. So he was like, okay, kaya pang habulin yung ITR, so he backpaid it yung 7 months. And then they asked, how about your ITR when you were an employee? Which is weird because you own he has a degree. So parang ang weird for them to ask more than just the 7 months, especially because he has like extensive portfolio of corporate work. So he was like, okay, that's fine. It might take some time. So kinuha niya like from his old companies yung ITR niya, and mahirap yun kunan, 'di ba, sa BIR. And he got it duly signed sa BIR, like na stamp and everything like that, and then sinubmit. And then he still got denied. And the denial letter said, oh, because you don't meet the minimum income requirement, even though he is making much more than the minimum income requirement, which is kind of just weird. And then like he was not even sure if like he should appeal still or not. But yeah, they came here in Spain, and we reapplied them, and ayun, thankfully naman nakatapos na sila with that. But I feel like this process is really personal and emotional, roller coaster. So that's why I tell with one of my older videos that you really need to emotionally prepare yourself, especially if you are DIYing it. Because for me, it took me a while, but I'm a single person kasi, and I was making well above the minimum income requirement. I only had to declare one of my clients. So for me, walang pressure of magtataas na naman yung minimum income requirement, or really wanna go there. Like, walang ganon na pressure on my back. So it took me really long time to DIY it. But for some people, like now I have the free DIY guide naman, so it might be easier for you guys. But iba pa din yung always anxious, always thinking, like, is this normal? Yung mga ganon. So, definitely, I'm telling you guys, you need to prepare a lot emotionally and financially for the process. Oh, I love that I found you. Definitely working with you soon. Oh, thank you so much. Why po hindi nare-renew for 3 years? So now they have a rule na kailangan tapusin mo muna yung 1 year mo, and 60 days before nung expiration, tsaka mo pa lang siya pwede i-renew. But before, pwede ka na 1 year doon, pagkarating mo dito, i-renew na. So, yun lang. Is NBI clearance to show no criminal record? Yeah, exactly. So multipurpose clearance is fine. How much if it's with one dependent? It's 3,799 if you're applying here in Spain. I'm in the same dilemma. I wish the taxes were taught nung college. Yeah, exactly. Because for me, it was just a matter of, well, I didn't know na like how to file taxes and stuff like that. But also, when I did go there and tried to ask questions, they were just very dismissive, and like parang, I guess because I look young, and like they're like, well, get out of here, like parang ganon. So I can't even get a TIN number around that time. So ayun. But definitely after that naman, I think they are nicer if you file as a sole proprietor. Because when I filed for a sole proprietor, parang dun lang, like, okay. But when I applied, they weren't asking for ITR pa. So I didn't even bother to get it. I'm in the same dilemma. I wish the taxes are done nung college. Okay, we're done with that. And then, how do you pay your taxes while in Spain? So I do have a tax accountant or a gestor. and he files the taxes. I mean, she files the taxes for me. I just give her the invoices, yung invoices, payslips, or other like payments I did. Ayun. And then I just gave it to her and she deals with that. And then I look over it one last time yung forms before ipasa, and then I'm good to go. And then it automatically gets deducted from my bank account. Hinahanap po kaya BIR docs for citizenship? No, because they don't really care for that. But they do look that you are compliant of your taxes here in Spain. Ayun. So, just watch out for that. How much income requirements if I go with my toddler and husband? So, two dependents, right? So, that would be 4,140 euros. So, it doesn't matter if it's a kid, if it's a toddler, it's a baby. Talagang ang counting niya is plus one dependent, plus the next dependent, and stuff like that. And your husband, yes, your husband can work there. Yeah, here. Can work there. Yeah, your husband can work here. Wala namang problema. He can work a normal job. Some people still have remote work, yung husband nila. So, your choice. Wala namang problema. Yung sa atin lang talaga yung mahigpit. The main dependent, yung pinakamahigpit talaga. My God, it's cold. Anas,
Yes, baby.
can you heat up the tea for me?
Baby?
Can you heat it?
Of course, booby.
Okay. Ayan. No worries naman, Bianca. Ayun. I think Blanca is your kid. For SSS records, need ba? Or you can just have sworn affidavit to pay sa Spain na mag-work. You don't even need a affidavit per se, but you just need a letter na pipirmahan mo, parang promissory note, to commit to register for autonomo. So, hindi naman kailangan yung SSS records. But the SSS records help if you are applying for work experience. Kasi I feel like gusto lang talaga nila makita yung verifiable records. Because technically, COEs from previous companies and stuff are easily like ma-edit, di ba? May mga relatively new general VAEA na po ba kayong clients na nakapasok na sa Spain? Is there? I think general VA, no. Because yung general VAs na mga usually nakapasok, matagal na sila na general VA. So that's why they're making that high of an amount. Mas lenient po ba sila? Yung mas lenient saan? Like sa taxes, do you mean? Or okay, ano po perks ng applying directly to Spain? Mas lenient din po ba sila? Not, I wouldn't say lenient, but they're more straightforward. As long as you have ABCD documents, you're good to go. Most likely than not, they will only ask for additional documents if may weak spot yung application mo or may hindi ka na ipasa or mali itong naipasa mo, ganon. But most likely than not, you will get it. Like I don't have a denial yet sa Spain. And I don't want to sound cocky like that because I'm scared. I don't want to jinx it for anyone. But ayun, out of siguro like yung 60, 70 application, probably about 40 something of them are done here in Spain, and all of them had favorable results so far. Ayun. But definitely there are some na na-ask kami ng additional document requirement, but you just have to really know how to like interpret it first. Ano ba yung hinahanap talaga nila? And then once na alam mo na yon, then you'll be able to like resubmit. They give you 10 business days naman. So like 2 weeks to comply for the additional document request kung meron man. Just have to make sure to see it na makita mo kung ano yung additional document request. Ayun. Yun lang naman, to be honest. Best months to apply po in Spain, considering timing din po sa taxes without ITR here. I would say either go and wala naman kasing bearing yung ITR when you come here kasi hindi siya hinahanap. So definitely the best months to apply, wala talagang best months to apply, but there are months to avoid. Like for example, December, something I would avoid, and August. Kasi August is like peak summer season. They're short-staffed, everyone's in vacation, everyone's having fun, getting tanned. So August, get it out of your mind. And then December, never mind. And then, paano kung nawalan ka ng trabaho as a freelance with nomad visa and kung malasan di ka makahanap? You have to, after 30 days, like magsabi na, i-extinguish na yung visa mo. And unfortunately, you have to exit after that. Which do you recommend applying in consulate here or direct na sa Spain? Always direct na sa Spain. Because it gives you the 3 years and I feel like, especially with freelancers, I understand freelancers. A lot of like, doing this service but are not actual freelancers. So I feel like they don't understand yung qualms natin na unstable yung clients natin and stuff like that. And of course, yung sa ITR and stuff. So I definitely recommend just applying here in Spain. And they are much more straightforward when it comes to document request. Yung iba daw po, pinagbabayad ng tax from January if walang ITR. I'm not sure what you mean. Or do you mean, if mag-start ka magbayad ng tax here in Spain, kailangan mong bayaran yung buong year? Well, that's not how, kasi when I applied, I got approved, and then middle of the year, and I didn't pay the 1 year tax. So I don't think that's like, depende rin kasi sa Hestor mo or sa tax accountant mo kung okay siya mag-advise. But definitely head on to entrytremittance.com. They offer free consultations and they're really good. Ayun. And then in your experience, I'm not sure. In your experience, I'm working on the requirements. I think kasama to nung question mo before. How about the BIR requirement na pinasa mo po sa consulate? Need po ba talaga na may contribution? Or okay lang na ITR ilang months ang needed na contribution? So, ITR is called an income tax return. So, it's not a contribution. It's not like it's mandatory. You're supposed to have your tax records. But however, some people find it hard or circumstances on their ITR. Kaya wala silang ITR. So, mandated yan ng government. So, if sasabihin mo, 3 years ka nang employed, you have to back pay. And that means late penalties and all that. And yeah, you need to pay that. Kasi if hindi pwedeng sabihin mo, I'm making 300K a month, and then, kailangan i-compute yung taxes mo. So, make sure to consult with a tax accountant to make sure kung ano yung best step then for you guys. ITR lang yung need from BIR. Yes. ITR lang naman. And then, if matagal na yung ITR mo, it helps then yung certificate of registration na ipakita. Ayun, I hope that helps. But definitely, I get yung questions with income tax return. It's really a lot to take in, and like I said, or nagsabi dito, like it should have been taught in school so that we can fully understand it and hindi lang siya parang, alam mo yun, like, kasi it is mandatory. Like, you are supposed to pay your taxes, but no one really tells you how to do it. If ma-reach po yung required salary, kailangan na rin po ba ng malaking savings account? They don't really look at your savings, but of course, I definitely recommend having some savings, especially if you get approved. You have to buy your plane ticket and stuff like that, and you have to rent another apartment here. So, kailangan meron ka talagang konting savings, pero hindi kailangan super malaki. Since 2020 na po ako din nagbabayad ng tax based sa sahod ko. Yeah, so that would be a problem talaga. Kasi they are looking for that in the consulate. So that's why I re-strategize with a lot of my clients na instead na consulate, dito na lang sila directly in Spain. Nagkukusa na nga magbayad ng tax, dami pang hinahanap. Yeah, definitely, it was really a hard experience. So that's why nung nag-ano ko ng tax sa Philippines, I'd rather na lang na may talagang gagawa instead na ako yung kasi I really can't with the bureaucracy in the Philippines. Just a lot of forms, and I feel like they make it intentionally confusing then sometimes. Need po ba naka-state sa BIR na self-employed po pag freelancer or hindi na? Yeah, you need to be paying as a self-employed individual or a professional, self-employed individual talaga yung nakalagay doon. minsan sole proprietor din, but you have to show your DTI registration pag sole prop yung pagbabayad mo. Ayun, other than that, ayun. Oh, thank you so much then. Thank you for saying thank you. You're so not rude. You're so nice. Ayun. Meron po bang medical VA opportunities dyan? Not necessarily opportunities here because you're not allowed to work in Spain. So, kailangan pa din yung mga clients mo ay outside of Spain pa din. So, pwede lang maybe around 20% if autonomo or freelancer. Pwedeng inside of Spain, pero around 20% lang yung allowed. So, kailangan remote employee ka pa din. And binabayaran ka pa rin as autonomo. So, you're not allowed to work normal jobs here. Only your dependents can. So, yung husband mo, isasama siya, yung unmarried partner, maybe if you have adult children and makakapasa sila with everything. So, yeah, yun lang yung pwede talaga. Nag-DIY ka po ba? Yeah, so I DIY'd my application in the consulate and then I DIY'd my application as well here in Spain, and I have the DIY guide and I'm launching soon parang better, mas readable version of it kasi right now just put that on a Google Docs, but definitely check out the DIY guide on the link in my bio then. Yeah. Sobrahan naman nun tamis. Ayun. But definitely other than that, I guess we could close the live a little bit earlier because I definitely not been feeling really great because it's really cold here. So yeah, we definitely can do the live at a better timing. Maybe because I do the lives now I do it randomly sa Tuesday and then here sometimes, but definitely follow because I do post stuff, and if you have any other questions just leave it in the comment section or everywhere, like kahit saang video yan, and I'll try to make a video out of it. Once approved and arrived in Spain, meron po bang magvivisit sa'yo to check personally? What do you mean? What does that mean? Because I'm not sure like what you're pointing at, but like wala naman pupunta sa iyo to check you personally. So wala naman problema 'yon. Thank you so much po for being so helpful. Oh, thank you so much. Cost of living dyan po compared here sa Pinas. I think I did a video about the cost of living, but definitely mas mahal talaga yung rent dito. But I feel like whatever we're saving, it doesn't need to go to medical stuff or even my dog's vet stuff. Kasi my dog medyo sakitin din siya, mana sa akin. So, we get dog liability insurance here. Yun lang yung find a very helpful talaga na insurance from the government. Okay, thanks for answering my questions. Still navigating the process. No worries. And guys, if you want a free consultation call, you have also the link in my bio din naman. So I do this one-on-one. So you can ask like real more pointed questions and ma-strategize natin personally yung bagay sa profile mo. Na strategy, and I walk you through the process then step by step depending on your profile. But yeah, thank you so much guys. I'm sorry I have to end the live pretty fast. It's just I'm really really still trying to catch up with a lot of work because I'm still a VA. So and then we're launching a lot of stuff with Ate in Spain. So I'm excited for that, but also that's a lot of work. So yeah, definitely thank you so much, guys. And yeah, magkano po average health insurance? So private health insurance, I have mine from Feder. It's about 60 euros. I have them on the link on my bio then. But if you're paying Social Security, you don't have to. It's optional na lang if you want private health insurance. But definitely covered ka ng public insurance, which is really good. I usually use my public insurance for doctor visits or emergencies, random stuff. Pero kung, for example, like, I feel like, parang worry. Alam mo yung worry ko na, like, for example, I have PCOS. So, yung pagdating ko dito, I used my private insurance to make sure I get faster na appointments. And then for medicine and stuff like that, I use my public insurance. So I just try to play around with them. But I keep my private insurance because I'm very marami ding like pre-existing conditions. So I don't want to be a burden then to the Spain government. Kahit nagbabayad ako ng tax. Pero ayun, I just don't want to deal with that. And also I want to get as much as possible mas mabilis na appointments and stuff like that. Kasi I do worry sometimes and medyo anxious din ako ganyan sa mga stuff. But yeah, thank you so much guys for joining the call. I know it's super, usually we're here for 2 hours, but thank you so much for watching. Maybe I'll do this later in the day ganyan, but yeah, thank you so much for bearing with me, and I hope